Alright, we've got our final instalment of the Enduro Madness, if you will. If you've been following on, we've been through the thick of it. We've had a lot of fun over the last 8 days. Look, this one we've got river crossings, hill climbs, flat track, single track. We've got it all going on. Get stuck in, have a look, let us know what you think. We had a fair few humbling moments on this trip where, we think we're doing pretty alright, running through the rivers, running through the single tracks, and then we see a car like that, or a moped, or these little Vespas that are just doing what we did on these pretty cool bikes. Pretty humbling. It's required. This is another of those situations where, no tracks, just we know where we need to be, and the guides are sort of going to take us there, but we'll find a way. The old way wasn't good anymore, we'll find a way. It worked out most of the time, except I had a busted rear brake lever most of the time, so declines were not my favourite. And this sort of riding right here is for me what it's all about. This is the crux of it, sort of in the thick of the jungle, finding your way, different terrains through the altitudes. A lot of times you lose contact with the guy in front of you or the leads and whatnot. You're looking for the tracks, and there's steep cliffs to the left of you, or just dangers everywhere. It's unreal. And these are the sorts of things, like these ruts, you can't really tell, they're up to your axles, and they span out wider. You got your legs up just so they don't get crushed. And a lot of the time, this is why I had a busted brake lever or, gear lever. They just get hooked up, but it was good, it was fun, and super greasy. You can probably tell from these pretty easily. There was no traction, none at all. Here we sort of hit I guess a bit of a ridge line, but we were high. We were getting real high to the point where we're almost in the clouds. And this is Thailand, so we've been riding 32 degrees, 80% humidity. You know, it's pretty rough out there. But we got up to these mountains and on these sort of ridges, and it was cold. Like, that's how high we were. And I guess all that was in the back of my mind is, shit, we got to go down this thing. Yeah, it was quite daunting.
Heng, again, one of the guides who's the Thailand Connect, knows everybody and anybody and knows all the trails. You know, he's a bit older, maybe 65, I think he said. His riding ability is definitely up there. But coming up, he sort of, I reckon it was close to here, he sort of looked at me and said, "No, you go." I thought, oh God, what's he sending me into? Is he unsure? Look, I got through it, but it was frightening. The look, he's a veteran. Like he knows I'm about to go eat it somewhere.
Oh, it's pretty much coming to the bulk of the material here we've got to edit. But I think the biggest thing is just how awesome the whole trip was. You know, from the tour guide, sorry. You know, the accommodation, the facilities, the bikes, the support car. Everything was next level. The guides are freaks. The mechanic, he's a monster, and they call him Monster. Look, I came into this single bloke, just on my own. Met up with 11 other guys from Australia, New Zealand, and Israel. And I can say we're all mates now. We've been through the thick of it, literally through the thick of the jungle, and come out the other side. You know, we've seen the good, bad, and the ugly. And geez, it was good fun. And look, it's on the books for 2027 again. Now enjoy the view. Thank you.